Elyse Reed got it done. She won that fight, or maybe Martinez lost that fight. It's a better way to put it. It was a really close fight at the end. I still wasn't sure exactly who won, although my scorecard was 29-28, so I guess it was pretty clear. It was unanimous. I would think 1 and 3 went to Elyse Reed. The first round was close. You take away the knockdown, I thought Martinez even outpointed her, but the knockdown was something. She dropped her to a knee at least, or whatever. It was a gigantic punch, the biggest strike of the fight, and it came from Elyse Reed's right hand. Elyse Reed did start to fatigue, I think, a little bit, where, yeah, and it could have just been the leg or whatever. She was compromised with her leg, as the commentators pointed out. But altogether in the third round, whether it was, her leg or fatigue or both altogether, she was in worse shape, I thought. And I was pretty sure Martinez was taking over that fight, and I think she was, but she just blew it with some tactical errors, fighting against the cage. You could see her look at her corner and get some sort of acknowledgement. I think she even nodded and then went with double underhooks and, went for a takedown and got taken down. She fell on her ass, then got up again. Something similar, maybe not double underhooks, but again, the tactic was clinching and taking down, and she got taken down again, and she got beaten up a little bit in those moments. Nothing drastic, but definitely enough to swing the fight in Elyse Reed's favor. And on top of that, Elyse Reed did smother her towards the end. So, Melissa Martinez is a smaller fighter, shorter than Elyse Reed, very small. You could see it too, visibly. Elyse Reed was a distinctly bigger woman, and Martinez in the end welcomed a game of physicality, which just wasn't wise, especially because she had her compromised from the outside standing with the leg kicks. So it was, the story of this fight is Melissa Martinez dropped the ball, and she's absolutely in the realm of beating Elyse Reed, and she was very close tonight. Just, she made some big errors, and she's going to regret them. And Elyse Reed, look, her right hand was there for her on more than one occasion. A lot of it was swarming against the cage, but she at least dropped Martinez once, which was enough to take 1/3 of the fight. And, her physicality and her toughness staying in that fight when she was compromised and whatever. And I thought before the third round, before she kind of seemed to be falling apart in my eyes, she was getting the better of Martinez in the clinch. Even when she was first pinned against the cage, I thought she was beating up her body well, and really not ragdolling her, but muscling her around a little bit. Muscling her around. Tough to say. Not really. I'm just stupid. But great performance from Elyse Reed altogether, because, for a fighter that was fading and she found a way to pull it out. It's not like Martinez dragged her on top of her. Elyse Reed is strong in the clinch, and she held her ground. And when a lapse in judgment, or whatever you want to call it, on her opponent's end presented itself, she seized the moment and seized the third round, and therefore the fight. So, good win for Elyse Reed. Tough loss for Melissa Martinez. She showed a lot of promise, though, although there's not going to be a 105 division, so she is going to be overwhelmed and outmuscled in a lot of her fights, and I hope to see her fight to her strengths a little more, consistently anyway. But good enough debut and good fight.